हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास नाइन्थ इकोनॉमिक्स का चैप्टर नंबर 2 पीपल एज रिसोर्स। इस वीडियो में हम क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को पढ़ेंगे जिसमें वेरी शॉर्ट शॉर्ट और लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वेरी शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर से। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, व्हाट इज पीपल एज रिसोर्स? आंसर, पीपल एज अ रिसोर्स मीन्स पीपल आर एन एसेट rather than a liability, like the work population of a country. Next question, when does population becomes human capital? Answer, population becomes human capital when investment is made in the form of education, training and medical care. It adds up to the productive power of a country. Next question, what is the positive side of a large population? Answer, a large population from productive aspect contributes to gross national product. Next question, what is human capital? Answer, when investment is made in the form of education, training and medical care, the quality of population improves and becomes a great asset. It is known as human capital. Next question, how can investment be made in humans? Answer, investment can be made in humans by means of education, training and provision of healthcare facilities. Next question, how does the society benefit from investment in humans? Answer, the benefit of society from investment in humans is an indirect way, that is the benefits of educated and healthier population spreads to those who are not educated or healthy. Next question, how is human capital superior to other resources? Answer, human capital is superior to other resources because other resources can be developed only by human beings with their skills and knowledge. They cannot be developed and become useful on their own. Next question, why do educated parents invest heavily in the education of their children? Answer, educated parents invest more in the health and education of their children because they are aware of the benefits of higher education. Next question, how illiterate parents create a vicious cycle for their children? Answer, illiterate parents who are not aware of the advantages of education and hygiene deprive their children of these, which in turn result in their children falling in the trap of a vicious cycle. Next question, what are different types of primary activities? Answer, primary activities include agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, mining, quarrying and poultry farming, etc. Next question, what are tertiary activities? Answer, tertiary activities include service like education, health, communication, banking, trade, transport, tourism, insurance, etc. These services help in the smooth functioning of primary and secondary activities. Next question, a person is making envelopes with the help of paper. In this sector, should his activity be included? Answer, secondary sector. Next question, what are economic activities? Answer, the activities which help to earn money for the country or add value to the national income are known as economic activities. Next question, what are non-economic activities? Answer, non-economic activities are those activities which do not add to the national income, such as an individual performing domestic chores. Next question, define market activities. Answer, market activities are those activities for which the people who perform these activities are paid or have profits, such as production of goods and services. Next question, what are non-market activities? Answer, non-market activities are those activities which are carried out for self-consumption, such as consumption and processing of primary products and own account production of fixed assets. Next question. In which case women get paid for their work? Answer. Women are paid for their work when they enter in the labor market. Next question. What are the major determinants of earning? Answer. Education and skill are the two major determinants of earnings. Next question. What is an unorganized sector? Answer. It is a sector where the economic income of people is low and irregular. The basic facilities such as maternity leave, childcare, and other social security systems are also absent in an unorganized sector. Next question. What kinds of jobs in the organized sector attract women? Answer. In the organized sector, teaching and medicine attract the women most. Next question. Mention two factors on which quality of population depends. Answer. The two factors are the literacy rate and the health of a person indicated by life expectancy and skill formation of the people. Next question. Which factor decides the growth rate of a country? Answer. The growth rate of a country is decided by the quality of population. Next question. How is education useful to an individual? Answer. Education is useful in market better use of the economic opportunities available to an individual. Next question. What are Navodaya Vidyalayas? Answer. Navodaya Vidyalayas are the school started for the talented children in the rural areas. Next question. Why have vocational streams been developed? Answer. Vocational streams have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupations related to knowledge and skills. Next question. Mention the literacy rates of population in 1951 and 2010-11. Answer. 18% in 1951 and 74% in 2010-11. Next question. What differences have been noted in literacy among different sections of the society and states? Answer. The differences are higher between males and females, more in urban areas than rural areas, and higher in Kerala than Bihar. Next question. Even though primary schools have expanded largely in villages, mention the reasons for their diluted results. Answer. The poor quality of schooling and high dropout rates are the reason for their diluted results. Next question. What do you know about Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan? Answer. It is a significant step toward providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years by 2010. Next question. What is the main aim of Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan? Answer. It is a time-bound initiative of the central government in partnership with the states, the local government, and the community for achieving the goals of universalization of elementary education. Next question. Why have midday meal scheme been launched by the government in the schools? Answer. Midday meal scheme has been launched by the government in schools to encourage attendance and retention of children and to improve their nutritional status. Next question. What are the strategies adopted in the 12th plan for education and literacy? Answer. The strategies include increasing access, quality, adoption of states specific curriculum, modification, vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology. It is also focused on convergence of formal, non-formal, distance, and IT education institutions. Next question. Mention two things necessary for good health. Answer. The two things which are necessary for good health are balanced and nutritious diet, healthcare facilities. Next question. What is the aim of National Health Policy of India? Answer. The National Health Policy aims at improving the accessibility of healthcare, family welfare, and nutritional services with special focus on the underprivileged segment of the population. Next question: what is infant mortality rate? Answer: the infant mortality rate IMR refers to the number of deaths of infants per thousand live births before completing 1 year. Next question: what do you mean by birth rate? Answer: the birth rate is the total number of the live birth per thousand people during a particular period of time. Next question: define death rate. Answer: the death rate is the total number of people dying per thousand people during a particular period of time. Next question: what are the two indicators for assessing the future of a country? Answer: the two indicators for assessing the future of a country are increase in life expectancy and improvement in childcare. Next question: how many medical colleges and dental colleges are in India? Answer: there are 831 medical colleges in the country and 301 dental colleges. Next question: what do you mean by the term unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people who are willing to work at the existing wages are not able to find jobs for themselves. Next question: how does rural areas differ from urban areas in the term of unemployment? Answer: in rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised unemployment, whereas in urban areas, there is educated unemployment. Next question: what is meant by seasonal unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people are not able to find jobs during the particular months of a year, especially in agriculture. Next question: what is disguised unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people appear to be employed, but in reality they are not, such as in agriculture. If 5 people are working but only 3 are required, then 2 people are disguised unemployed. Next question: what do you mean by the term unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people who are willing to work at the existing wages are not able to find jobs for themselves. Next question: how does rural areas differ from urban areas in terms of unemployment? Answer: in rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised unemployment, whereas in urban areas, there is educated unemployment. Next question: what is meant by seasonal unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people are not able to find jobs during the particular months of a year, especially in agriculture. Next question: what is disguised unemployment? Answer: it is a situation when people appear to be employed, but in reality they are not, such as in agriculture. If 5 people are working but only 3 are required, then 2 people are disguised unemployed. Next question: what is educated unemployment? Answer: it means unemployment among the educated people. It usually occurs in cities where there are educated or skilled people but no job opportunities. Next question: mention 2 consequences of unemployment. Answer: the 2 consequences of unemployment are: it leads to wastage of manpower resource, it tends to increase in economic overload. Next question: unemployment rate is India low in India. Why? Answer: in India, the unemployment rate is low because large number of people with low income and productivity are counted as employed. Next question: when there is investment made in the form of education, training, and medical care, the population becomes, answer, human capital. Next question. Greater knowledge with the help of improved technology can rapidly improve the production of land resources. One big example of this is in India is answer green revolution. Next question. India's large population can be used as a great asset like other resources. It can be treated as a answer human resource. Next question. Activities like agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming, and mining are part of answer primary sector. Next question. Quarrying and manufacturing is included in the answer secondary sector. Next question. What do you mean by death rate? Answer. Death rate is the number of people per thousand who die during a particular period of time. Answer. Next question. The activities that result in the production of goods and services and add value to the national income are called answer economic activities. Next question. Economic activities are basically of two types. Answer market activities and non-market activities. Next question. Activities which include production of goods or services, including government service, and are performed for pay or profit are called answer market activities. Next question. Self-consumption is answer non-market activities. Next question. Our national policy aims at improving the answer accessibility of healthcare and family welfare. Next question. The workforce population of India includes people from the age group of answer 15 to 59 years. Next question. Unemployment is said to exist when people who are willing to work at the going wages cannot find job. In India, it is of two types of rural areas. Answer seasonal and disguised unemployment. Next question. In urban areas, youths with graduation and post-graduation degrees are not able to find job. This type of unemployment is called answer educated unemployment. Next question. When does population become human capital? Answer population becomes human capital when investment is made in the form of education, training, and medical care. Next question. What do you understand by the term national income? Answer. National income is a sum of total income of goods and services produced in a country during a financial year. Next question. What is infant mortality rate? Answer. Death of a child under 1 year of age. Next question. How can a large population be turned into a productive asset? Answer. A large population can be turned into a productive asset by making investment in human capital. Next question. What do you understand by seasonal unemployment? Answer. People find work at the time of sowing, harvesting, and weeding, etc., but rest of the year they are unemployed. This is called seasonal unemployment. Next question. How can infant mortality be reduced? Answer. Infant mortality can be reduced by protection of children from infection, ensuring the nutrition of both the mother and the child, and child care. Next question. What does increase in longevity of life indicate? Answer. Increase in longevity of life is an indicator of good quality of life marked by self-confidence. Next question. What are the main consequences of unemployment? Answer. Employment leads to wastage of manpower resources and it tends to increase economic overload. Short answers. Question number 1. Define human capital and human capital formation. Name any two sources of human capital formation. Answer. When investment is made in the form of education, training, and medical care, the quality of population improves and becomes a great asset. It is known as human capital. When the investment is made in the existing human resource for further development by becoming more educated and healthy is termed as human capital formation. The two sources of human capital formation are education and health. Next question. Mention three sectors of economic activities with examples. Answer. There are three sectors of economic activities are primary sector. It produces goods by exploiting natural resources. It includes agriculture, forestry, mining, animal husbandry and fishing. Secondary activity sector. It converts all raw material into finished goods such as manufacturing industries and construction activities. Tertiary sector. It includes trade, transportation, communication, education, health, tourism, and insurance, etc. It helps in the smooth functioning of primary and secondary sectors. Next question. Define economic activities. Highlight the two types of economic activities. What is an economic activity? What are the different types of economic activities? Answer. Economic activities are those activities which add value to the national income. The two types of economic activities are market activities. These are those activities which involve remuneration to those who perform the activities for wages or profit. Non-market activities. These activities refer to production activities which are performed for self-consumption and processing of primary products and on account production of fixed assets. Next question. Mention any three features of national health policy. Answer. The three features of national health policy are: it aims at providing the accessibility of healthcare and family welfare. It aims at improving the nutritional services with special focus on underprivileged segment of the population. It has improved the ratio of nurses, doctors, and beds in the country. Next question. What is the health status of the population in India? Answer. India has built a vast health infrastructure and has also developed the manpower required at primary, secondary, and tertiary sector in government as well as in the private sector. Life expectancy have been increased to over 68.3 years in 2004. Infant mortality rate has come down from 147 in 1951 to 37 in 2015. Crude birth rates dropped to 20.8 and death rates to 6.5 within the same duration of time. Next question. Why is health of people a matter of major concern for the Indian government? Answer. Health is an important determinant of the quality of production and in turn affects the overall growth and development of a country. In spite of improvement in health, medical facilities, decline in infant mortality rate, etc., it continues to remain a matter of concern because safe drinking water and basic amenities are still only available to one third of the rural population. The per capita calories consumption is still much below the recommended levels. Next question. Unemployment leads to low income and low saving and hence low demand and low production. This is the identification of a depressed economy. Support the statement with three arguments. Answer. Unemployment has negative effects on the economic development of a country in the following ways. It is a wastage of manpower resources. It increases the economic overload and the number of dependent on population. The quality of life of an individual as well as the society is adversely affected. There is a feeling of hopelessness among the youth. The time period lost in the unemployment is an irrecoverable loss. It is the loss of productive period and the loss cannot be compensated. Thus, increase in unemployment is an indicator of an depressed economy. Next question. List the demerits of increase in population. Answer. The demerits of population increase are the per capita income drops, non-productive forces increases, the people below poverty line increases, resources like land, factories or other tools and machinery are divided into more persons so profit becomes divided. Slums comes up, unemployment increases. Next question. What is the importance of education? Answer. The importance of education is as follows. It helps person to realize his potential and the ability to do work. It provides new aspiration. It develops value of life. It contributes toward the growth of society also. It enhances the national income, cultural richness and increase the efficiency of governance. Next question. List down the advantages of unemployment. Answer. The advantages of unemployment are it leads to wastage of manpower resources. People who are an asset for the economy turn into liability. Inliability of educated people who are willing to work to find gainful employment implies a great waste. Unemployment is a social evil. Unemployed people are frustrated class. There is a feeling of hopelessness and despair among the youth. Unemployment creates social unrest and tension. It leads to oppression and exploitation in the society. It tends to increase economic overload. The dependence of the unemployed on the working population increases. Next question. Distinguish between market activities and non-market activities, or what are the two types of economic activities? Explain. Answer. Market activities. Market activities involve remuneration to anyone who performs, like activity performed for pay or profit. These include production of goods or services, including government services. Non-market activities. Non-market activities are the production for self-consumption. These can be consumption and processing of primary product and own account production of fixed assets. Next question. What measures have been taken by the government to spread education and skill among boys and girls? Answer. There is a provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girls. There is also an establishment of pace setting of schools like Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. Vocational streams have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupations related to knowledge and skills. Next question. What are the objectives of 12th five-year plan in the field of education? Answer. The 12th plan endeavored to raise the country's gross enrollment ratio GER in higher education in the age group of 18 to 23 year to 25.2% by 2017-18 and to reach the largest of 30% by 2020-21, which would be broadly in line with world average. The strategy focuses on increasing access, quality, adoption of state-specific curriculum modification, vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology. The plan also focuses on distance education, convergence of formal, non-formal distance, and IT educational institutions. Next question. What are the measures taken by the government to improve literacy conditions in India? Answer. The measures have been taken by the government to improve literacy conditions in India. Opening of Navodaya Vidyalaya. Government has started to establish Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. Vocational streams have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupations related to knowledge and skills. Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. It is a significant step toward providing elementary education to all the children of age group 6 to 14 years. It is an initiative of the central government in partnership with the states, the local government, and the community for achieving the goal of universalization of elementary education. Midday Meal Scheme. It is a program aimed to encourage attendance and retention of children in schools and improve their nutritional status. Next question. Why did Japan emerged as a developed country in spite of its poor natural resources? Answer. Japan emerged as a developed country in spite of its poor natural resources because as they did not have any other resources, they invested in the development of human resource. They import the natural resource needed in their country. They have invested on people, especially in the field of education and health. These people have made efficient use of other resources like land and capital. Efficiency and the technology evolved by people have made these countries rich and developed. Long answers. Question number 1. In what ways is human capital superior to other resources like physical capital? How a large population is turned into a productive asset? Explain. Answer. Human capital is superior to other source like physical capital as it can make use of other sources like land and physical capital. Human capital can develop land and physical capital according to his skill and education because they could not develop on their own. A large population is turned into a productive asset by the following ways: proper investment in developing skills, emphasize on academic and vocational aspects of students, making available opportunities accessible to large section of the people like technological know-how. Next question. Describe the employment scenario in the three sectors of the economy in India in recent years. Answer. Agriculture is the most labor absorbing sector of the economy. In recent years, there has been a decline in the dependence of population on agriculture, partly because of discussed unemployment. Some of the surplus labor in agriculture has moved to secondary or tertiary sectors. Small scale manufacturing is the most labor absorbing sector in secondary sector. The tertiary sector has seen a remarkable improvement in the employment in recent years. In this sector, various new services are now appearing such as biotechnology, information technology and so on. Next question. Analyze the role of education in the formation of human capital formation. Answer. The role of education in human capital formation is as follows. Educated people earn more than the uneducated people. Literate population is an asset to an economy. It leads to higher productivity. It opens new avenues for a person. It provides new aspirations and develops values of life if it contributes to the growth of society. It enhances the national income, cultural richness, and the efficiency of the governance. Next question. Describe five main features of Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. Answer. The five main features of Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan are: it is a significant step toward providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. Next, it is a time bound initiative of the central government in partnership with the states, the local government, and the community for attaining the goal of universalization of elementary education. In this, bridge course and back to school camps have been introduced to increase the enrollment in elementary education. Midday meal scheme has been introduced to encourage attendance in schools and increase their nutritional status. These types of policies of the government could add to the literate minds and further the economic development. Next question. Describe the policy of government on higher education as per 12th five-year plan. Answer. The policy of the Indian government under the 12th five-year plan is as follows. It focuses on improving the education sector. It focuses on increasing access, quality, and adoption of state specific curriculum modification, vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology. It focuses on distance education, convergence of formal and non formal distance, and IT education institutions. It aims at reducing gender gap in literacy and to increase the literacy rates within the time period. It aims at increasing the enrollment in higher education of 18 to 23 years age to 25.2% by 2017-18 and to reach the target of 30% by 2020-21. Next question. Why will a firm not like to employ a worker with ill health? How does it affect the working environment? Answer. A firm will not like to employ an ill healthy worker because an unhealthy worker would not be able to contribute to the overall productivity of an organization. An unhealthy worker is a liability rather than an asset for an organization. An unhealthy worker cannot contribute to the growth of the organization. An unhealthy worker does not work regularly and remains on leave due to sickness. It creates a gloomy atmosphere in the surroundings. Next question. Describe different types of unemployment found in India. Answer. The different types of unemployment found in India are disguised unemployment. This is the phenomenon where too many workers are working in a specific job. It happens in small agricultural farms where the whole family is working on the same farm, but so many workers are not required to cultivate the farm efficiently. Seasonal employment. It occurs when workers can find work in a specific season. For example, agricultural workers may find work only during busy agricultural season when sowing, harvesting, weeding, and threshing are done. Educated unemployment. This type of unemployment is common in urban areas. There is unemployment among the educated and technically skilled workers because they are not able to find the jobs for themselves. Next question. Explain any 5 effects of unemployment on the overall growth of the economy. Or how does unemployment affect the overall growth of an economy? Answer. The 5 effects of unemployment on the overall growth of an economy are it leads to wastage of manpower resources. The people who are an asset become a liability. It creates a feeling of hopelessness and despair among the young people. It increases economic overload like the dependence of unemployed on the working population. The quality of life of an individual gets affected. Next question. What different the strategies should be made by the government to solve the unemployment in India? Answer. The strategies made by the government to solve the problem of unemployment in India. Heavy investment in basic industries. Investment in heavy and basic industries and consumer goods industries should be increased. They provide more employment along with the supply of consumer goods. Development of cottage and small scale industries. They provide more employment by adopting labor intensive techniques. Change in educational system. More emphasis should be given to vocational education. Checking of population explosion. Rapidly rising population should be checked by adopting family planning and welfare schemes. Modernization of agriculture. Modernization of agriculture should be done. Wastelands should be utilized. Introduction of rural works programs. Rural works programs should be increased. Developing infrastructure of economy. Infrastructure of the economy should be developed. Subsidies to private sector. Subsidies and other incentives should be given to private sector. Stress on self-employment. Young entrepreneurs should be encouraged for self-employment by giving proper training and financial assistance. इसी के साथ ही हमारा ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होता है। हमें कमेंट करके ज़रूर बताएं कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा। साथ ही हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें और हमारी वीडियो को लाइक करना ना भूलें। धन्यवाद।